for coming out to celebrate our incredible class of 2026 seniors. Can I get a big round of applause as we kick off senior night by recognizing their accomplishments as part of the GL Girls Varsity Soccer Team? Starting off this year, we have 8 seniors. Please give it up for number 8, Lola Dwyer. Lola Dwyer is accompanied by her mom Gigi and her brother Connor. Lola has been playing soccer since she was 7 years old, starting at Mountainside Rec, then to clubs at ISC in the captain role and Cedar Stars. Lola attends Union County Academy for Allied Health Sciences as a high honor student. After high school, she wishes to focus on her college study, majoring in biology, interested in pursuing medicine. A fun fact about Lola is that her first job is coaching 4-year-olds at soccer. Lola will continue to play club soccer for fun. All right. Next up, number 29, Fiona Joyoso. Fiona Joyoso, number 29, is joined by her parents Mark and Tori. Fiona started playing soccer at the age of 4 in the Mountainside PAL Micro Soccer League. She continued to play rec and travel soccer and was on the Deerfield school team in Mountainside. Fiona has loved being a member of the teams at Gomer Livingston over the last 4 years. Fiona will go on to study engineering in college. Let's go, Pete. Next up, number 24, Chloe Gonzalez! Fullback defender Chloe Gonzalez is joined tonight by her mom Yesenia and her brother Jordan. Chloe began playing soccer at the age of 6 and has been a part of school teams, recreational teams, and clubs ever since. While she loves the game, her true passion is math, and she plans to pursue a degree in finance. Woo! Number 2, Captain, I'm a DeFeo! Captain Emma DeFeo, number 2, is joined by her parents Joe and Julie and her Nana Lloyd. Emma started her soccer career with the BHPAL as a starburst when the bonus was her father, the coach, handing out candy after every game. She went on to play for Berkeley Heights Youth Soccer Club on the Blitz and Hotspurs, and she has been playing as an outside mid with New Jersey Premier Football Club ever since 2020. Emma plans to major in health sciences with a desire to work with people as an occupational therapist. A fun fact about Emma is that she has the opportunity to play soccer twice internationally in the Netherlands and Germany. I'm a beat. Coming up next, number 6, Captain Kira Forrester! Captain Kira Forrester is joined by her parents, Kara and Glenn Forrester. Kara has been playing soccer since she was 4 years old. She began by playing in-town soccer in Berkeley Heights, and so she decided to move to club soccer at age 8. She played with SDA in Morris Plains and has been on the Girls Academy team, which made it to the national finals the past 2 years. She played varsity soccer with GL since freshman year. Kara plans to study veterinary science in college and hopes to become become a veterinarian in the future. Fun fact, Kira was a goalkeeper and transitioned to a full-time field player only 3 years ago. Coming up next is number 18, Captain Haley Jakubowski. Captain Haley Jakubowski is joined by her parents Michael and Kristen and her brother Connor. Haley started playing soccer for Berkeley Heights in 2nd grade and moved to PDA in 5th grade. She has been playing on varsity since her freshman year, and Governor Livingston soccer has been an impactful part of her high school years. Haley plans to major in psychology in college and eventually work in law enforcement. A fun fact about Haley is that she cried the first time on a soccer field, and her first goal was her own team. Maybe that is why she has always played defense. Number 15, Captain Kira Paluzzi! Captain Kira Paluzzi, number 15, accompanied by her parents Karen and Mike and her sisters Sarah and Amanda. Kira started playing soccer for Berkeley Heights in kindergarten in the PAL. Then she played for the Berkeley Heights Youth Soccer Club on the Hotspurs. She has been a proud member of the varsity soccer team since freshman year. She currently plays for her club team PDA and will continue her soccer career in college at UNC Wilmington, where she plans to study exercise science. And last but not least, number 32, Captain Zoe Salazar! Captain Zoe Salazar is joined tonight by her parents Maria and Jaime and her sister Ava. Zoe has been playing soccer since she was just 4 years old. She's been a dedicated member of the varsity team all 4 years and has proudly served as a captain for junior and senior year. Off the field, Zoe is a member of the National Athletic High Honor Society and has also competed with several club teams throughout her high school career. Zoe plans to pursue a degree in nursing on a pre-medical track in college. A fun fact about Zoe is that she is a leap year baby. So while she may be a senior, she's only technically 4 years old? Let's give one final applause for our group of seniors who have been extraordinary teammates, leaders, and role models on and off the field. We would also like to recognize the seniors from our visiting team, Cranford. Congratulations to each of you.
Definitely not. Singing photos of
Get him out, Lauren. I got one. I'll send you.
Girls, come out over here, girls. Let's go. Jules, you got a vacuum? Jules, get more of this here. Get the. That's the best way to do it. Girls, Starter's going to walk out to where you just were, but with little ball girls. Like it's like a championship.
Okay, I'm gonna get it. I love you. My girlfriend.
All right, tell me when this is.
have fun now.
How'd we do? 3+. I'm still younger than 4. I was like, no. That's what I thought. Ready? Attached to a code player, girl. Sorry, guys. Please don't come to me. Joey's over down there. Girls,
Before we rise for the national anthem, we ask that you please join us in a moment of silence to honor the lives of Cranford High School students, Maria Neotis and Isabella Salas, whose tragic passing has deeply affected this community. We stand with Cranford in their grief, in our hearts with the families, friends, and all who love them. Thank you. Please stand for the singing of our national anthem by Governor Livingston Sr., Talia Dalton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Any more usable?
Good job, Dad. Dad, why were you blowing leaves? No, yeah, why? Jane, get the streamer. No. Can you get it on again? Yes. No.
All right, Cranford starting lineup. Number 4, Ava Ko. Next one up, number 5, Lillian Friedman. Number 7, Sarah Sue. Number 8, Lexi Nofi. Number 13, Ariana Shaw. Number 14, Claire Gregerson. Number 19, Isabella Raybar. Number 20, Elena Amitia. Number 21, Aaron Walsh. Number 32, Vanessa Kelly.
She was on the list.
All right, give it up for our GL Girls roster. Starting out, number 32, Zoe Salazar. Next up, number 13, Grace Don. Number 15, Kira Paluzzi. Number 6, Kira Forrester. Number 18, Haley Jakubowski. Number 2, Emma DeFeo. Number 8, Lola Dwyer. Number 22, Leah Marcino. Number 27, Ella Freire. Number 29, Fiona Joyoso. And last, number 24, Chloe Gonzalez.
lot to say. That is correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Snyder Field here in Berkeley Heights. My name is Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining me today for this Governor Livingston High School varsity girls soccer matchup between your Governor Livingston Highlanders and the Cranford Cougars. It's great to have you today. It is a beautiful 75 degrees, partly cloudy. The sun has just about set here as we get ready for our teams to line up. This should be a pretty good matchup. You're seeing your 8-3 Governor Livingston Highlanders versus the 6-2-1 Cranford Cougars. Both of these teams sit near the top of their divisions in pretty much any way you can measure it. Governor Livingston sits second in the Section 2 Group 2 PowerPoint standings. Cranford sits third in Section 2 Group 3, so slightly larger school in Cranford, but still should be a good matchup. Both teams do compete in the UCC Mountain Division, and the Highlanders sit one spot above the Cougars. The Highlanders sitting in second currently, just behind ALJ. So, should be a tight matchup. Highlanders, of course, have had a few more games to, acclimate themselves. They've played 2 more games than the Cougars have, as our captains are called out, and we'll get ready for the coin toss. But 2 more games under the Highlanders' belt. They've got a bit of a different roster than Cranford. Cranford, very senior and junior heavy. The Highlanders, of course, this being an exception because it is senior night, we will be starting a lot more seniors for the Highlanders, but after about 25-30 minutes, once we get back into the regular rotation for the Highlanders, you'll see a lot more sophomores. You'll see likely Mia Deladonna going on. Grace Don, number 31, already in the starting lineup. She is a sophomore. You'll also probably see Olivia Katsoupas, another sophomore, sub on at some point, along with a couple juniors. So not very senior heavy, this Highlander team, but still capable nonetheless under the leadership of Michael Roof. Pretty good girls soccer coach for Governor Livingston Highlanders over the past few years. I don't know how long his tenure has been. I think it's around a decade. He's led the team to sectional championships, led them to Union County tournament championships, so there's not a lot he hasn't led this team to, so he's capable. I don't know the result of the coin toss, but our teams will circle up. They'll get their final rallying speeches from the coaches, and then we will get kicked off. Last few matchups between these two teams have been pretty good ones. Last year, Governor Livingston defeated Cranford 3-2. The year prior, in 2023, it was 4-3 in Governor Livingston's favor. The year before that, 2-1 to Cranford. Before that, 1-0 to Cranford. And in 2021, which is the 5th to last game they've played since after COVID, Governor Livingston took a 3-0 victory. So, close matchups. Only one of those games was not a one-score victory for either team, that being the first matchup since out of COVID in 2021. Of course, the Highlanders are on a bit of a streak. In their past 5 games, they haven't lost or tied. Most recently, on the 3rd, beat Spotswood here at Snyder Park 2-0. On the 30th, they went to Kent Place and had a pretty good showing, 4-0, against a pretty strong Kent Place team. They beat Roselle Park 6-0 at home in a mercy rule game under the lights during Highlander Week. They beat Voorhees the week prior to that on the 20th, 3-1. And then before that, they beat Oak Knoll 3-2. There are 3 losses on the season for the Highlanders. However, none of them have come by more than 1 goal. They opened their season with a unfortunate loss to Westfield 2-1. They went on a 3-game win streak then, had to play Gill St. Bernard and Johnson's. Of course, Gill St. Bernard, private school, always tough competition, private schools are. They lost 3-2, 1 goal margin. They hosted Johnson, which, as I've said, sitting atop of the UCC Mountain Division right now. Also a much larger school than Governor Livingston, and lost 2-1. So, safe to say the Highlanders are capable. On the other hand, Cranford's only lost 2 games. They lost to New Providence, which also a strong team to lose to. New Providence is strong in both boys and girls soccer this year. Not that they aren't particularly strong ever, but for a school the same size as Governor Livingston, they seem to be a lot stronger recently. And they lost to Summit 2-0. Another similar sized school to them, to Cranford that is. Also tough competition. A lot of, private training in Summit. They can afford that, But since then, they've been on a 4-game winning streak. That Summit loss was their 5th to last game on the 18th of last month. Since then, they've had a 6-0 victory over Union City, a 2-0 victory over Johnson, 7-1 win over Roosevelt Park, and a 6-0 win over Jonathan Dayton. That was last Friday. So, these two teams, in case that I haven't already driven the nail home hard enough, they're pretty evenly matched. And now we'll see our two teams take the field, or at least the Highlanders will take the field. Cranford already having grouped up, getting ready with their little pre-game speech, as most soccer teams do. One final moment to talk it all out with the whole lineup and get every last bit worked in. Make sure there's no major miscommunications during the game. Make sure you know how you want to start. Very important part. To Leah Marcino, number 15, Kira Palizzi, and Zoe Salazar starting in net for the Highlanders. As they get a break down the right wing, that's Kira Forrester. She'll pass this one off to Emma DeFeo, who will give it right back. Forrester driving down that right wing, trying to put one into the middle. That one is blocked by number 14, Claire Gregerson of the Cougars. To switch over to the Cougars for their starting lineup, number 4, Ava Cow. Number 5, Lillian Friedman. Number 7, Sarah Sue. Number 8, Lexi Nofi. Number 11, Olivia Flores. Number 13, Ariana Shaw. Apologies. Number 14, Claire Gregerson. Number 19, Isabella Rebark. Number 20, Elena Ameti. Number 21, Aaron Walsh. And number 32, Vanessa Kelly in net. As the Highlanders get a break, and Emma DeFeo will be denied with a short pass out of bounds. Ran over her man as well, or woman. But either way, it'll go out of bounds. The Highlanders will have the throw from this near side. And we'll go over the top, trying to go to Palizzi, but it will be booted out by, I believe that was Gregerson once again. And now the Cougars will go on the counterattack, unless Ella Fryer will knock this one away. It'll get right back with Palizzi. Palizzi strong, she'll go off to Forrester. Forrester in the corner, she'll try and play one into the middle, and that one will be deflected. Back to Vanessa Kelly. First bit of action she's had to see. Just a short amount of time into this game. No clock, unfortunately, for this one, so I'll be going off of mostly guesses and whatever I can see of the clock. Cougars trying to get a counterattack going. Slowed down a bit by this ball being played out of bounds. Decent student presence here, as you can see along that fence line. believe you can see Chase Torres in there starting, or one of the goalkeepers for the Governor Livingston Highlanders boys varsity team. They had a match earlier against New Providence. Cougars still with the ball on a throw-in, near side. That one will go in and it'll be played up by Forrester and booted up the field into midfield. And that one will be headed out of possession. Cougars breaking in. Step by Ella Fryer, unsuccessful. It'll be Polizzi finally knocking that away. Fryer knocking it up the field. Now Kira Forrester putting pressure on and forcing our man out of bounds and giving the Highlanders back possession. Friedman will pass this one off to Gregerson. Gregerson will give it away. Up through ball attempt there, unsuccessful, just slightly mishit. And that cross mishit, but it'll find a man anyways. On that far side of the field, trying to go down that right wing, apologies. Just knocked away, and that one will go out of bounds for a Cougar throw. Push here down the right wing. Played into the box, and that one will be picked up by Zoe Salazar. Just dribble it to her hands, nothing too difficult to deal with as our train passes by. She'll boot this one away and give it away. The Cougars will have it. They'll try and get a pass down the near side wing. They will get it off. And it'll finally be booted back up the field. Can't quite see what's happening on that near side, unfortunately, but we can see a ball into the middle here, defended nicely by the Highlanders. Now being played out. Unsure of who that is. Can't quite see a number. It'll be played down the left wing, an attempt for Forrester. Sorry, that's Leah Marcino. And that one will be deflected away as she tries to cross it into the middle. Grace Don getting the ball, getting this one through her man into that right wing. Now Emma DeFeo trying to get a pass back into the middle to Polizzi, and no such luck. Nice pass there, given away, booted up the field by, I believe that's Ella Frere. Fiona Gioso going for that one. But the Cougars will maintain possession. Beautiful ball down the right wing, but just a bit too far. And Zoe Salazar will take this one with no troubles. She'll get this one to Polizzi. Polizzi trying to go over the top to Gioso, who just couldn't get to it. It'll come back to Polizzi on a missed pass, trying to dribble through a man. That was Lillian Friedman now with the pickpocket. Now Kira Forrester trying to chase one down. A ball through. Zoe Salazar coming out of net. Beautifully defended, and that ball deflected away by Grace Don on the shot attempt. So a big break for the Highlanders. A scoring opportunity for the Cougars, unsuccessful. But danger is not yet gone. The Highlanders will have to clear a corner. That one played up and nodded out of the box. Ended up being played back in and picked up by Zoe Salazar. She'll land at the feet of Forrester. She'll try and play one down the right wing to Kira Polizzi, but... Sorry, that was not Forrester. I apologize. Not unsure of who that was. Trying to play the ball down the wing to Kira Forrester. So we'll get over the top. Giosa will get on it. It'll be with Forrester. Forrester tapping it over a man. It'll end up with DeFeo. DeFeo now battling for the ball on this near sideline. She'll get it taken away from her, and it'll go out of bounds for Highlander throw. So number 4, Chloe Gonzalez taking the throw. Trying to go. There was... I believe that was Polizzi trying to play the ball into the box. Ella Fryer nodding it back up. And that one deflected out of bounds once again by the Cougars. Gonzalez on the throw. Forrester trying to tap it over to DeFeo, who can't maintain possession, and we'll see that one go out of bounds for a goal kick. Gonzalez putting pressure on. Pass gets away. It'll be switched to that right side. Liamashina choosing not to put pressure. The attempt at a pass downfield, but that one is headed out of bounds. Throw in, play down the right wing. That'll be tapped out. Cougars will maintain possession. Highlanders getting pushed back deep into their own half. Cougars will have to pull it back out under pressure from Grace Don. Now, Kira Forrester, a beautiful pass in through to the top of the box. 2 Highlanders defender there, no chance, and there's a shot that'll be deflected. It'll end up with Emma DeFeo trying to get around. And Chloe Gonzalez will try to boot that one upfield, but skips off the side of her foot and goes out of bounds. Cougars with the possession now on the right wing. Ball played through into the middle. That one defended nicely by Kira Polizzi. Now with Leah Marcino. She'll play a pass down the right wing to Emma DeFeo. DeFeo looking into the box. No one for it. Trying to dribble pass, but she'll be denied with by Gregerson. She'll get it back regardless, then offsides. Free kick will land at the feet of Lily Friedman, then Olivia Flores, now to the right wing. Pushing past the 40, trying to play a pass into the middle. That one will find its mark. Grace Don one-on-one, now one-on-two. A play back up to the top of the box. Shot attempt, and that one deflected away by the Highlanders. Fiona Giosa will try to get to that one, but she'll have it taken away from her. Now the Cougars back on the attack. Highlanders having to track back. That one deflected by Dom, but still given back. Not sure of who that is, but that ball played into the middle dangerously. That one up into the top and over the bar. Worrisome for the Highlanders. There's that one just sneaking its way in between the goal, the top crossbar of the goal, and the bottom crossbar of that field goal. A few inches lower, and that might have been off the top crossbar and in, but will remain scoreless nonetheless. Just over 20 minutes left, half the period gone by. Zoe Salazar kicking this one away. Played up the field, back to the Cougars. Will maintain position. Nice one pass attempts here, but it'll end up with Forrester anyways. She'll try to go to DeFeo, who will be beat to the ball in the air. And Gonzalez will finally flick it out. Sorry, that was Ella Fryer finally, I suppose. No. Not sure who that was, but either way. Highlanders having to shield the ball now and play that one out of bounds. Cougars with a dangerously placed throw in. Could go for a long throw into the box. Don't look like they're set up for that. They'll go short throw just into that top corner of the 18. Try to work their way down to the baseline, and that will be deflected away by Don and then booted up by Fryer, but back to the Cougars. Played into the middle. A chance was there, but didn't take it. Now they'll have one unless it's deflected away, and Zoe Salazar will come out with a beautiful slide tackle. Didn't even go in with the hands. An aggressive goalkeeping choice. But not out of danger yet. Another shot attempt there, deflected away. The Highlanders just get in front of all these, and a third. That'll be picked up by Salazar finally. So, Highlanders have been working the ball well. They haven't gotten a shot off like the Cougars have, but Emma DeFeo now racing down that right wing, near side. She'll get to the baseline. She'll play this one in, and that one just a bit too short. And it'll end up in the hands of Vanessa Kelly. She'll look to boot this one away now. Her Cougars not putting her under a lot of pressure. That's only the second time she's had to pick up the ball. Zoe Salazar, on the other hand, has had numerous attempts as that one dribbles through the Highlanders' defense. And it'll be shielded as Zoe Salazar boots it away. Leah Marcino will find herself with it against two Cougar defenders. She'll find her way out. She'll get it to Forrester across the field. Forrester will have to beat a man. She will, using her body well, and a whistle for grabbing on the Cougars. So the Highlanders will get a free kick back near the 45. So, Ella Fryer will set up for the free kick. Just 3 left back for the Highlanders. A wall for a very far out kick, but it won't be needed as there's a play back into the box. That one will dribble harmlessly out of bounds. Not sure who that was in that long-range strike attempt, but interesting choice to go for a wall, not just a wall, but a 2-man wall for a kick from 45 out, but actually more than 45 out because it was on the 45-yard line of the football field. So, interesting decision, but either way, Kira Forrester now playing it down the right wing. That'll be Lauren Simon trying to get to it, but it'll be knocked out of bounds before she can make it an attempt at possession. Chloe Gonzalez will throw it in, and that one will go out of bounds off Simon. Now the Cougars will have a throw. They'll put this one down the left wing, play back into the middle. That one deflected away nicely. Forrester getting it to Simon. Simon now trying to go to Emma DeFeo down the right wing. And that will be knocked out of bounds again. Highlanders just pushing on that right side. I think they've only had one attempt to come from the left. Every attempt they've made to come from the right side just knocked out of bounds. And this one, an attempt from Forrester to turn around with it, but she'll knock it out of the end line, and it'll be a goal kick. Long ball there, almost to the 50. Highlanders will put on pressure and knock it out of bounds. Cranford will take their time getting up. Finally, this one will be played in to feet. It'll be played down the right side, but nobody there from Cranford to get to it. The only person in the area was a Highlander defender. Apologies. So Zoe Salazar will take a goal kick. Try and play this into the center. Getting to Leah Marcino, who will be dispossessed. Now, with the Cougars, that one played into the middle again, knocked away. Played back in on a deflection, but Zoe Salazar will pick it up. No difficulty there. Now Forrest are trying to play a ball through. That one will be taken away by Elena Amiti. It'll end up at the feet of number 7, Sarah Sue. Sue being pressured by Ella Fryer, and that one will be whistled for a foul, I believe. Correct. That'll be whistled for a foul against Ella Fryer, so the Cougars will get their own chance at a shot. Or their own chance at a free kick. Lauren Simon in the one-woman wall. More typical for a long-range kick attempt, but either way, this one will go high over the top. Zoe Salazar will knock it down, and there will be a whistle for a penalty kick. I wish we could get a replay on that, but as I was saying, I wish we could get a replay on that, see if there really was a push, but I mean, even if it was, this is girls soccer. This is not, it's not field hockey. It's not a sport where you can't make contact in the box or make contact anywhere, period. That just shouldn't be a penalty kick, and that one will be led into the right corner for a Cranford 1-0 lead. A disappointing start to this scoring. I mean, I really wish I could get a replay. I'm not sure. I will go back and watch that, but just you don't give a penalty kick for every single time somebody falls in the box. If you do, there'd be 20 penalty kicks a game in every soccer game. Just not the best choice from our referee. Would call him a zebra, but he's not even in the white and black stripes. He's in yellow. Highlanders on the counterattack after getting the goal scored on them. Polizzi had it for a second. This one will be played into the box. Polizzi will rush onto it, but it'll end up in the hands of Kelly. She's got 8 seconds to get rid of the ball, and she does. Oh, high in the air. Forrester will try and go for it. She'll end up with it after not possessing it on the header. Looking down that right wing, she'll have an option. Lynn Lawrence, Simon. Simon will play it into the box, and that one will go off the back of Claire Gregerson, number 14.
Up for the rebound.
So a corner kick opportunity for the Highlanders. This one will dribble in and be kicked out. Mispossessed almost, but Grace Don will end up with that at the back. She'll try and go for a pass in. That one will be taken away by the Cougars. They'll end up with Emma DeFeo on the near side. DeFeo will drop it off to Olivia Katsoupas, I believe that is. On the near side. Yelling from the fans for a foul, but referee doesn't see it. Here, Forrester. Now with Sarah Sue. That one knocked away by Leah Marcino, I believe. Cougars will maintain possession, trying to go on that right wing. A beautiful move. Now into the box. Grace Donnan. And an attempt at a touch, but just couldn't stop fast enough. It looked like she took a touch without expecting to take a touch, and there's an offside pass. Not exactly sure what happened. She stopped the ball, but evidently wasn't ready for it to stop. So, not quite sure what the deal was there, but either way, an offsides pass will give the Highlanders an opportunity to clear it. So Zoe Salazar will take the kick. Get this one away. That won't be knocked away from Kira Polizzi. It'll end up with Emma DeFeo. DeFeo will play it on the right wing to Lauren Simon. Simon will try and get it back to DeFeo, but she'll overrun it. We'll end up with Polizzi. Polizzi will go to Forrester. Forrester will try and lead Polizzi again, but just a bit too far. Highlanders not able to string enough passes together to get an effective attack going. They just need to, they keep trying to force it down the right wing because they recognize that, but here's a ball into the box. Libby Katsupa's the last defender. A shot coming, and that one weak and saved by Zoe Salazar as our train is passing by again. And we'll hear that horn go off in a second. Don't get confused. Still 11 minutes left, I believe. Now Alma DeFeo on the right wing. Lauren Simon will play it, try and play it back into DeFeo, but I believe she recognized she was in an offside position, so she didn't go for the ball. So a 1-0 lead for the Cougars. That one played high in. Zoe Salazar looking like she was gonna come out, being shielded by Grace Don, and there's contact.
Yet again from our goalkeeper.
Should be a call. Can keep contact with the keeper after they have the ball in their hands, but no call coming, so a push off from Cougar defender on Emma DeFeo. And finally a whistle for the foul. Just past the 50. Ella Fryer will bring it up. Another two-man wall this far out is an interesting choice yet again, but that one knotted in and eventually taken by Vanessa Kelly. No Highlanders were in on that ball to get a shot on or even a touch onto it, but Kelly was, so she'll possess it and boot it away. Oh, bounce over the head of Forrester. End up in the Highlander back line and get booted near Leah Marcino, who will try and possess with the man on her back. Leah Marcino trying to break down that left side. Highlanders haven't been pressing it as much, but she'll be beaten out or not. She'll maintain possession of the ball. Try and look for something in the middle, and nobody there. Now the Cougars on a quick counterattack, already past midfield. Pass being called for on that right side, but it'll be played into number 19, Isabella Raybark, and an offside run from Ava Cow will end that possession quickly. Long pass to Leah Marcino. She'll eventually possess it, looking for that near side for Emma DeFeo, and it'll end up with Lauren Simon. Not DeFeo. A run in from Kira Polizzi, and dispossessed by Kelly. Polizzi will try and go for a shot, but it'll be knocked away, and it'll end up dribbling all the way up on the Highlander bench for a Highlander throw. So Highlanders with another attacking chance there, just spoiled by the Cougars. Cougars are very stingy defense. They've let in 6 goals in this entire season. As Kira Polizzi has one, she'll try and play it back into the middle, but too far behind Simon. Simon trying to tap it in, It ended up with her anyways, but Kelly was right there. If Simon just needed to move that one a bit further to the right and put a bit more power on it. Kelly booting this one away. And under with Simon. Nodded over. Would have been time to Feo, but she didn't move to the ball, and it was just out of bounds. Now a Cougar throw. Whistle for stoppage. But we'll continue play. Pass back to Sarah Sue. She'll play that one in. That one. A ball. Played the ball and they even knocked it away, but the referee will call it a foul anyways. I mean, not more of a obvious all ball tackle than that. I mean, just because you fall doesn't mean you get the legs, but our referee will call it a foul regardless. So now from out on the 38-yard line, Cougars will have a free kick high into the box. Zoe Salazar will come out again, and she'll make an easy save with the man in her face. Pretty evenly matched. If it wasn't for that penalty kick, as there's a foul against the Highlanders with 12 minutes left, I can finally see the clock. That one also ball, just happened to leave her leg out there and she tripped over it, which is not a foul on her, but regardless, referee will blow the whistle and the Cougars will get yet another free kick. As I was saying, this one's pretty evenly matched. If it wasn't for that penalty kick, we'd still be knotted up at 0-0. Long one into the box for the Highlanders. Knocked around, trying to play it out. Finally, but it'll stay with the Cougars. Finally knocked out by Chloe Gonzalez, and that one will make it all the way to Kira Polizzi, who manages to just not quite get a foot on it, just out of range. Now Grace Don putting pressure. End up with Sarah So. That one knocked away by Ella Fryer. Now he'll stay with her. Kira Forrester now knocking that one away and out of bounds for another Cougar throw. Cougars piling up at the top of the box. Now all making their runs in, and that one played far over the top. A header attempted, but no luck. No penalty kick called on that one, even though she fouled. Zoe Salazar to kick this one away. Nodded off to the side now. It's Leah Marcino possessing it and then having it kicked out of bounds. Marcino actually had a hat trick earlier this season against Roselle Park in a 6-0 victory under the lights at GL prior to Friday Night Lights during Highlander Week. Her best performance of the season. She only has 5 goals in total this season, so that one was a standout for her, as Emma DeFeo trying to get it to Simon and having it knocked away. That one will be called in favor of the Cougars. Questionable. Out of the way, and the Highlanders will clear it and end up with Lauren Simon, who will take just too big of a touch and give away possession. Kira Forrester putting pressure on it. It'll end up with Simon again. She has a man on her back, doesn't notice until the last second. Finally, safely gets away to Emma DeFeo. DeFeo now trying to go down that right wing. Met by a defender, and pass into the middle was to a Cougar. So now Cranford on the counter. Working down that to that right side again. Lee Marcino can't dispossess, but Ella Fryer will boot it out when it gets back to her. Now Kira Palizzi knocking it into her own face. That's unfortunate, but she'll stay strong. Palizzi, of course, that UNC Wilmington commit, as mentioned in the pregame ceremony, as she is a senior. She actually suffered an injury last year. I forget quite what it was, but wasn't able to play for the majority of last year. I believe she only got 3 games in, but evidently recovered from it and has continued to make her mark. She's got 11 goals this season. She leads the team. 24 total points with the additional 2 assists she's tallied. So Highlanders with the throw, 7 minutes left. This one headed over the top and played out of bounds. Now throwing for the Cougars, which will go out of bounds. Highlanders will get a throw of their own, and it'll finally make its way to DeFeo. DeFeo will play it in to Palizzi. Back to DeFeo. DeFeo now getting almost by her man on the right wing, and Gregerson will shield it out of bounds. Ball with Leah Marcino. She'll leave this one off to, I believe that was Lucia Montoya Leyva. Sorry, that's Lauren Dwyer. Can't quite see the numbers on that far side of the field. One of the unfortunate things about having to see through our camera. Long ball played into the back to Ella Fryer. Unintentional by the Cougars, but it'll be played to Olivia Katsoupas. Will be dispossessed, but it'll still maintain with the Highlanders. A pass through and out of bounds. Intended target was Kira Forrester, I believe. Lauren Simon tapping this one over the top. Gregerson will get it. Play it back, right back to Simon, looking into the middle, which will try and play one through for DeFeo. DeFeo in a dangerous position. Nobody in the middle for her, though. And she'll be forced to take a shot, which will be easily saved by Kelly. Not a lot of angle from that side. She expected to have more people in the box, but it was just one, Leah Marcino. She was guarded by 2 defenders, so better to take the shot there. As I want a dud of a punt. It'll end up with Marcino, who will try and head it over her defender. Unsuccessfully, but it'll end up now Palizzi dispossessed, and it'll go out of bounds. Great Lauren Dwyer will be there to take the throw. Marcino making her way through 2 and finally dispossessed inside the 18. Playoff attempt there. It'll be passed back to Grace Don. And then up to Marcino, who is just too far up the field. Played it to the middle. Forrester putting pressure on. A ball down the middle, past everybody, and to the feet of Zoe Salazar, who will not knock it away. It'll end up with, would have ended up with Olivia Katsoupas. but now another attacking chance for the Cougars. All the way to that far corner, play back into the middle and deflected away. A long shot there, and that one will dribble out wide left of the goal. So Salazar again with the goal kick. Just a few minutes remaining left here in the first half. And this one into the 18. Hit away by Fryer. Now Marcino to Polizzi. Polizzi trying to get by her man. Unsuccessful. Double teamed, so that one dispossessed. And then almost knocked out of bounds, but finally saved. And Liam Marcino will manage to keep it in bounds, but will lose possession. We'll go back to the Cougars. Attempt there to play it in on a man marked by Grace Don. Then Ella Fryer will knock it away and then be pressured, but eventually get it back out past the 40. Now back to Don. She'll look to pass out to that left side to Marcino, who couldn't get to it. So throw in for the Cougars. She's been getting past one Highlander defender, but eventually kicked away by another. Not sure who that is. But Ariana Shaw will come in to take the throw. She'll get it to Sarah Sue. We'll take a long shot here, and that one knocked out by Zoe Salazar and finally picked up. Bit of poor sportsmanship showing from the Cougars as that last rushing attacker tried to just tap Zoe on the back for some reason, extended her arms, which not something you should ever do near a goalkeeper because God forbid you get a penalty for it, but evidently making that choice anyways. It'll be put out of bounds for a Cougar throw. A minute just over left on the clock. Throw into the 18, and that one off the shoulder of, I'm not sure who that is, but either way out for a corner kick for the Cougars. Could be dangerous, as all corner kicks, but we'll see what kind of set piece Cranford dials up. Last time had all their players on the far side of the box up at the top of the 18. This time they'll go for a more central option. High arcing one here, knocked down inside the box and put past Salazar for the second goal of the game for the Cougars. Not sure who it was in the end of that, but just a bit of chaos in the box and a chance to score. So, a 2-0 lead for the Cougars with under a minute left. 28 seconds, that is. Under 30 seconds left. The Highlanders will have one last chance to push or not. Referee didn't blow the whistle to restart play, so Kira Polizzi will have to take this back. Didn't have the time back onto the clock, but either way, it'll end up with Marcino. Marcino driving down the middle of the field, trying to play that one through to Lauren Simon, but it'll be knocked away. The Cougars will have it one last time. Under 10 seconds, under 5 now. Trying to play one through on the right wing, and that one will be knocked away and up the field. and the whistle will blow for halftime. So, at the break, the Highlanders down by 2 to the Cranford Cougars. I'm Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining me here on Governor Livingston High School Television on YouTube and or Facebook. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Snyder Field here in Berkeley Heights. My name is Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining me here today on Governor Livingston High School Television on Facebook and or YouTube. Currently, coming out of the halftime, your Governor Livingston Highlander girls varsity soccer team is down 0-2 to the Cranford Cougars. First goal on a penalty kick around the 20th minute, and the second in the 40th with just under a minute left in the half. So, Highlanders down by 2. A pretty even half despite that 2-score difference. The penalty kick, I've gone back and watched it. You can go back and watch it if you want to scroll back to about, maybe 50 minutes into the stream. My silence speaks enough, I think. But either way, the first goal put the Highlanders down by 1. Highlanders kept attacking. It's been a pretty evenly matched game. If it were not for that penalty kick, this game should be 0-1. The second goal, also not any particular skill, just kind of an unfortunate matter for the Highlanders. Ball knocked around in the box, and finally tapped in by still unsure of who. But no defenders in between her and the goal, and Zoe Salazar was thoroughly preoccupied with trying to find the ball. So that one managed to sneak in by her, and the Highlanders down by 2. Should see a pretty competitive second half. Hopefully the Highlanders can get one back, make this one a one-score game. Haven't lost by more than a goal this entire season in those 3 losses. The Cougars have lost by more than a goal. They lost by 2 goals in their first win of the season, opening at Westfield, I believe, if I want to go back and check. Sorry, not opening at Westfield. They lost by 2 goals to Summit. Just a few weeks ago on the 18th of September. So, Highlanders take to the field in those blue jerseys. They'll be going from right to left. The Cougars in their white jerseys going from left to right. That is left to right relative to our cameras, of course. And my view. Highlanders had the kickoff in the first half, so the Cougars will start with it this time. Number 4, Ava Cow will stand over it. Play it all the way back into their own defense. They'll get it up, they'll push down that far left side. Cougars in the first half seemed to prefer the far side as their option of attack. The Highlanders seeming to prefer the near side now that now that the field is swapped. Apologies. We'll see if that maintains truth. Highlanders currently pushing down the near side, so it seems like it's less about the right side of the attack and more about the side closest to the fans in the stand. Whatever reason that may be, we do not know, but perhaps just a belief in strength on that near side. But either way, it doesn't work out for them right now. The Highlanders are hard-pressed, finally getting the ball away, and that will be played through to the feet of, I believe it was Lauren Dwyer, who will knock it away. Now Ella Fryer knocking this one down the field. It'll end up at the back here. Palizzi putting pressure on. Almost got to it, but finally booted away. Now Lauren Simon playing a back heel in. A play down the left wing and nobody there to go get it. Pressure still being put on. The Cougars haven't gotten out of their own half yet, and they doesn't look like they will, or I guess they will. Grace Don putting that one right into the feet of 2 different defenders. A one-on-one here now at the back. Don trying to get back. Just goes a bit too far, and that shot will dribble out of bounds. Ava Salazar taking yet another goal kick. Cougars did have a bit more pressure in the first half, as that one will get by Lauren Dwyer, but it'll be knocked out of bounds by Cranford. So Liam Orsino will have it. Either way, or apologies, Liam Orsino will give it to Dwyer, who will get it to Forrester on the throw. Forrester just playing that pass attempt to Polizzi a bit too far, but now Dwyer will get it back to Polizzi after the giveaway by the Cougars. Polizzi breaking into the middle, trying to play a ball through, gets through 2 defenders, gets through a third, taking a shot! And that one outside netting on the left side, almost a lead-cutting goal. One of the first good shot attempts the Highlanders have had all day, or all night, I suppose.
Let's do it again. Let's go.
That one just a few feet off target.
Pressure, Blue. Let's go.
Vanessa Kelly reacting well to it, got down there and covered the corner, but wasn't really needed. Cougars now on the counter-attack. That one hitting into the head of Grace Don. Hope she's all right. She looks fine, didn't fall down. That one, not really a foul. I believe that is number 18. Haley Jakubowski, who seems displeased with that call by the referees. A few questionable ones throughout this game. Notably the PK that gave Cranford their first goal. And a foul there, I believe, for an offsides. Marcino now on the left wing, trying to make something work. Tackle attempt by Cranford unsuccessful. Played in by Lauren Dwyer, and that one knocked out of bounds by Cranford. Throw in here by Dwyer, laid off from Forrester to Polizzi, who will lose possession, and that one will be played far down the right side. Zoe Salazar will play it back into the pressure. It'll end up with Leah Marcino as our camera goes out, so we'll have a different view as Lauren Simon gets that on the right side. She'll play that into Emma DeFeo. DeFeo back to Simon. Simon now back to DeFeo near the corner and knocked out of bounds for a Highlander throw. That anyone with a long arm, I'd call for a long throw into the box, but it'll be a short one then to DeFeo, and that one, a pass attempt back. Unsuccessful. Highlanders being rallied forward by the students. Another throw in on that far side for the Highlanders. This one with Forrester trying to go back to Fryer, but she's marked by 2, and a whistle there for something. Not sure of what. By the way, we'll go for Cranford, so. That would be Highlanders will take back possession. Lauren Simon shipping this one over, trying to get it to DeFeo. Almost kept it in bounds, but just went out. Now with DeFeo again, trying to play one into the middle. Couldn't make it through. Couldn't split the defenders, apologies. Cranford will take back possession. That one a long boot into the middle of the field. Ella Fryer nodding it away to the near side to nobody. Now, Lauren Dwyer getting to it and playing it in to the hands of Kelly. Fryer. Now, Haley Jakubowski fouled as that Cougar defender had her hands wrapped all around her. She'll go for a quick one, try and get it out to that right side to Emma DeFeo. She'll run onto it down the right side wing, try and take a touch to go back. Will go back to, I believe that's Lauren Simon, who now has to track back as she loses the ball. Then on with Haley Jakubowski in the middle, and finally knocked away. Shot from Ella Fryer. Hits into a wall of defenders at the top of the 18. Now she'll get back to her center back spot. Facing off with Sarah Sue. Sue will get by her. Now going down the left side, trying to play it into the middle. It'll end up with Dwyer, who went to knock it away. Now we'll just knock it back to Zoe Salazar. We'll play this one out. Right back to the Cougars. So, Highlanders will have something to do. That one. Foul. Jakubowski getting the ankle of, I believe it's number 7, Sarah Sue once again. And now, number 21, Erin Walsh will step up to put this one into the box. That one a long one, just wide of the net. Zoe Salazar just shepherding it out. Now setting up for a goal kick. Time for her players to get down the field and into space. She'll play this one high, long into the middle. The right to a Cranford defender. Now Grace Don, one-on-one. We pressured. She'll play it back to Salazar, who will boot it out again for her. And that one's still back to Cranford. Salazar's got to boot it somewhere other than the middle. Just keeps going back to Cranford. Now, it's DeFeo trying to play it to Lauren Simon. No success. Haley Jakubowski now to Marcino. Marcino plays a one-touch into Kira Polizzi on the left wing. Kira Polizzi trying to make something work, but takes a touch just a bit too far behind her. She'll have Haley Jakubowski, and she'll try and go for a volley. That will not followed in by anyone. It bounced off the crossbar. Could have been a scoring opportunity, but nobody followed it. Lauren Simon tried to get in on it, but by the time she did, it was too late. Now the Cougars going on a counterattack. Zoe Salazar having to come out of her net to kick this one away.
Make it to the back line next time, ref. What was the call on that one? Run a little, ref. Did you get there? Did you see it? No? It wasn't over the line? You know that for a fact, huh?
DeFeo nodding that one in to Polizzi. Polizzi will play it to Forrester. Forrester will have Leah Marcino down the wing, just unable to get to it, but too far ahead of her. And it'll dribble out for a goal kick. Polizzi now with another attacking chance. She'll be triple team. She'll play it off to Simon. Simon will play a high one into the box, and that one lands in the hand of Kelly. In the hands of Kelly. Apologies. So just going back and reviewing that, Highlander parents and student fans yelling apparently to the referee that Kira Polizzi's ball in was actually a goal. I've now gone back and looked at it. Result is somewhat inconclusive. We don't have the best angle along that goal line, and neither did the referee. But evidently he called it no goal, so we'll stick with that decision. Now the Highlanders have another chance. Lauren Simon will take a corner kick from that far corner. Highlanders will stack up in the box. Everyone guarded by a man. A little Fryer trying to get to it, no luck. Haley Jakubowski now will slide and kick that one away, but it'll be given right back to the Cougars. Pass behind, now switching the field. Lee Marcino trying to get there to put pressure. 13, Ariana Shaw playing this one back into the middle. Deflected by Forrester, but it'll stay with the Cougars. And now finally played away by the Highlanders, but no good possession yet. There we finally have something, or not, I guess. Highlanders just continuing to put it back up the field regardless of what happens. Now Leah Marcino getting through a man, trying to make a pass on the ball and just being stepped through. That should be a foul. Defender didn't get any of the ball. Marcino knocked it away, but no whistle from the referee. So the Cougars will continue with their attack as Marcino is seen all the way up there on the top of the field near Kira Polizzi still. She tries to make her way back. Now Jakubowski, she'll play that one into Marcino. Marcino will find an option, hold it up. She'll play a back heel pass to Jakubowski. Jakubowski will look to play it through to Kira Polizzi. Polizzi now down the left side. Someone's got to get into the box for her. She'll cut it back, try and play it through. She'll get it to Simon. Simon going for a shot on goal. That one knocked away at the goal line by number 14. Gregerson, just a beautiful defense. But it'll be a corner kick nonetheless for the Highlanders. Simon almost putting one in the back of the net. Could have cut down the deficit. The Highlanders will have another corner attempt. Will space themselves out here, evidently going for some type of set play. This one will be played long into the back of the box. Dispossessed by Kelly. Marcino trying to take a shot, but that one wide left. And Simon not able to get to it. So goal kick here, Kira Polizzi. Pressure trying to get onto that ball, but that one will be knocked away by Cranford, or post Polizzi knocked it away. It didn't look like she went for the ball. Everyone kind of confused. But referee will say Cranford throw in. Lee Jakubowski will nod that one in, nobody defined. Ella Fryer will get it into the middle with Emma DeFeo. DeFeo will play it down the right wing to Lauren Simon. Simon will play it back into the middle, or try to. But it'll be knocked away. 2-on-1 here now. Cougars switching the field, coming back near side. One run down the wing and attempted play through into the top of the box. Unsuccessful, it ended up in the hands of Salazar. Zoe Salazar has been pretty busy today. Her defense has let her take. She's had quite a few shots on her. She's had a few saves, but notably having to face a PK, sorry. She's had a lot of goal kicks. A lot of chances to boot it away on a punt as Leah Marcino now gets this one. She'll cut to the outside, and on an attempt through will find no one. But Haley Jakubowski will find it, try and play into someone, but nobody there. The Highlanders just not able to play the ball to a player. They seem to be trying to play it to open space, but there's nobody to get to it. And now that attempt by unsure who to play it out of bounds is successful, and she'll finally just boot it and give the Cougars a throw in inside Highlander territory. Passed out. Now Sue with the ball, trying to play it into the middle. Knocked down by Ella Fryer. Nobody on a particular hurry to get to the ball as that one's played into Zoe Salazar, and yet another instance of Cranford player running into Salazar despite a lot of room to move. But, you know, this is soccer. Grace Don defending that one, but playing it just a bit too far and out of bounds. Cranford will maintain possession. Cougars will throw this one in, try and find a way into the middle, but nobody there. And Salazar will scoop this one up again. Header out of bounds. It'll be Highlander ball now. Still down by 2. No goals scored for the Highlanders despite a few good chances. 21 minutes left. Ball played down the left side. It's Kira Palizzi. She's the one who had the would-have-been goal. Now one knocked out of bounds. Lauren Simon also having a pretty decent chance and just being saved by a lucky positioning from Gregerson. But Jakubowski trying to take a shot, and that one will go out of bounds. Cranford knocks this one out of bounds after their own goal kick. Highlanders will have the ball on a throw-in. I'm not sure who that is. I believe that's Lauren Dwyer taking it. It'll be nodded beneficially for the Highlanders to Kira Forrester, but Forrester trying to play it in and nobody there. And the Highlanders just a lot of mishaps so far. They seem to be passing it almost directly to Cranford, trying to play balls into space that nobody's making a run to. It's just maybe it's a lack of communication, but not sure as we took under 20 minutes left, 19:50 left. Nobody going to that ball as Cranford was able to take a free possession of it. Although I can't hear Coach Mike Roof, I'm sure I know some of what he is saying. Probably because I've heard it. I heard a lot of similar things myself on a soccer field, but probably urging his team forward, more effort, more energy. Maybe, you know, choosing to just shout just something like score a goal, which wouldn't be too inaccurate. That is something his team needs to do, but before they do that, they do need to take a few more shots, as that ball, unruly one played to Ella Fryer. Luckily she controlled it. Now Kira Forrest, she'll play it back to Fryer. Fryer will try and play it into the middle, but yet again, nobody there. Pass in for Lauren Simon. Simon will now has 2 options, but she'll play it right to the feet. She'll be blocked. Now Dwyer on that far side. Dispossessed. Cranford in 2-on-3. Not really beneficial for them, but getting numbers up. Nobody back for the Highlanders. A 3-on-3 now. Ball played through, and it ended up working for the Cougars. They'll get down into the corner. Maybe a foul there. But either way, knocked away eventually by the Highlanders. Ella Fryer coming and dropping back to save the day. Cougars had a throw-in. Battle for the ball on that far side between Katsupis and Isabella Rybark. Rybark wins the battle, forces Katsupis to put it out of bounds. Cougars will have a throw-in in even better position. Not sure who that is taking the throw-in. I believe it might be Lucy Young, number 23. Can't quite see the number, but either way, she'll go for a ball into the 18. Grace Don will knock it just, actually not quite out. She'll disrupt the play enough for a Highlander to get a foot to it and knock it away, but not totally out of danger yet. And now they will be Lauren Simon possessing it. She'll need to get it away quickly as she's pressured. Kira Forrester now getting to the ball. Was tripped up for a second there by a Cougar defender. Probably should have went down and taken the foul, but she didn't. Leah Marcino now on the pocket pick. Now getting the ball. She'll run down this left side. She'll get in past the 40. She'll try and tap it into the middle to Forrester, who gets tripped up. Sorry, that was not Forrester. I believe that was Polizzi. Now Forrester will play it to that far side to Simon. Simon with two options. She'll try and play DeFeo in, but just a bit too strong. Katsupis gone by. A play into the middle. Salazar coming out and tripping over her is a Cougar attacker. And Salazar seems to be injured. Referee will call for a clock stoppage, and not even an attempt to jump over her from whatever player that was. But Salazar will get back up to the applause of the fans. And a drop ball will be called. No athletic trainer out in the field, so she won't need to come off. That's 3 times now. An attacker from Cranford has made contact with Zoe Salazar. None of them have been penalized, as they should be with the yellow card. I mean, you do have to make a meaningful attempt to not touch the keeper when they have possession of the ball. I don't think we've seen that, and finally the ref will call it back after waiting a bit too long for an out of bounds at the behest of the Cranford coaching staff. So a choice there again. And a train will pass by. How lovely. Sarah Sue now with it, being pressured. She'll get this one off into the middle to Olivia Flores. Flores getting it back to that left side, and now back to Sue. Almost dispossessed. Nobody on the Highlanders. Just someone needs to step up and challenge her. I mean, it's football defending 101, or soccer defending 101. Now it'll be number 23 for the Highlanders. That was not sure, but either way, it'll be Leah Marcino. She'll take the ball back a bit. She'll play that out to, I believe, Dwyer. Dwyer will play that one down the right wing to Lauren Simon. Simon now getting a pass into the box. That one dribbling through. And then attempt to save unsuccessful there from Haley Jakubowski. We near 10 minutes left in the game. The Highlanders' chance is fleeting now. With every second that passes. They've had 2 great scoring opportunities. One of them may or may not have been a goal. That's for you to decide. Down by 2 because of a penalty kick in the 20th and a goal late in the 40th minute just before halftime. Nice pass through there by Leah Marcino, but there's nobody on the other end of it. Would have been nice if there was. Kira Forrester now with it. loses possession to Sue. Haley Jakubowski will come in and put pressure. Now it'll end up at the feet of Polizzi. Polizzi dispossessed of it. Now I'll be back. Trying to play through to Polizzi was number 23. I believe it's number 23. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't have a 23 on my roster, so I'm inclined to believe it is not. Subs made for both teams. As time ticks down, of course, exhaustion and soreness coming into play here for both teams. Maybe an explanation for the lack of runs made from the Highlanders. Throw in here for the Cougars. They'll get into the middle to Sue. It'll be played right to Marcino. Marcino will play it into Jakubowski, who will immediately lose possession of it. And just a touch a bit too grand for her. The out of bounds from the Highlanders. Cranford will maintain possession. A nice ball in over the top, but Dwyer will shield it out and be pushed down in the back.
There you go.
Card finally coming from the referee, first of the game, or second of the game, I suppose. First of the game for the Cougars. Long awaited, should have probably been one earlier for the 3 run-ins with Zoe Salazar that the Cougars attackers had, but that was not to be found. Of course, so in recent times, NJSIA referees seeming to give out less and less yellow cards, which unsure of what that reasoning is, but not the best strategy, especially in a game like soccer where one push unpenalized can lead to who knows how many more and how much more escalation. I mean, you can see things escalate quite quickly, especially if you're in some type of rivalry match. Any nearby teams, one shove turns into 2, which turns into a whole brawl, and snowballs very quickly. You might not think so, but you'll see it in action. Or hopefully you won't, but you are likely to see it in action if you watch any kind of rivalry soccer match at pretty much any level. Things spiral out of control quite quickly. So, yellow cards and proper enforcement is a good thing, but not seemingly forthcoming in this match or any of the matches over the season, as has been noted by many coaches and players alike. Another Cranford throw in. Ariana Shaw in this one. Should go to the feet. Number 4, Ava Cow, who played into the middle. That one knocked away. That'll end up being played through by Jakubowski to Polizzi, who will be dispossessed, and then knotted over the top. A push on the back of number 3, Olivia Katsoupas on that far side. Not advantage played. Now Katsoupas playing it up the field, trying to go to Lauren Simon, but that one just off target. Simon now trying to get to the ball, a dropping man on her right. Bit of simulation there, also technically a foul, but won't be called because it's not very severe. So long throw down the sideline for the Cranford. Be played back to Zoe Salazar, who will knock it up the field. Not going particularly as far as she would like. Haley Jakubowski, it reaches. And she'll play it out to that right side to, believe, Lucia Montoya-Leyva. Montoya trying to get something going. That one knocked away by Cranford. Played up the field. Into the Highlanders defending half. Played in the back. Now Lauren Dwyer will get back to it, and Ava Salazar will pick it up as she's shielded by Dwyer. Under 10 minutes left in the game. Highlanders hard pressed for time now. Kira Forrester getting through one defender. Now getting around two, playing it off just a bit too light. It'll be knocked away by Cranford, so they'll need to get to this to save it from going out of bounds, and they will, but not for long, as that one headed out of bounds. Some of the Highlander passes just either a bit too strong or a bit too soft. They can't find that Goldilocks zone, so to speak. But that one will go to Polizzi. We knocked out of bounds by Cranford defender, so it'll be Highlander ball. She'll go for a throw-in to Dwyer. Dwyer losing the ball, trying to get it back now. Polizzi will eventually take it back. And a whistle for a good tackle. Referee just... Maybe he's from Cranford, who knows? But either way, it is something to be mentioned with that penalty kick early in the game, that is kind of a tactic by a lot of referees, especially at these low levels, where they will try and give a penalty kick very early in the game in order to give one team a lead and stop the game from going on for too long, i.e. from going into overtime, especially if they know it's going to be a close game. Not that I'm accusing this referee of foul play, but with all the other missed calls and miscalls we've seen, not something you should exactly put off the table. Either way, a goal kick here from the Cougars. That one will be taken by Forrester. That pass too soft. Doesn't make it to Marcino. Marcino will get back and take it away anyways, though. She'll play a pass into the middle where there was nobody. Forrester just not running onto that. Sorry. It's Polizzi not running on. Now ball down the wing for the Cougars. Up by Dwyer. Now finally played through Don. Taking possession, trying to find a way to play it down the side and out of bounds. Ball played in, deflected, and now knocked around a bunch. That one might go off the end line for a Cougar corner, and it will. Just a lot of mishaps going on there. Highlanders unable to get the ball away. Not exactly a great showing of skill, but still down by 2, under 10 minutes left. Ball played in high here. That one knotted away by Polizzi and knotted back on by Salazar, and that one will dribble out of bounds. So hard pressed for time now. I'm trying to make a comeback, the Highlanders. A header there, that's a foul. Almost certainly, but no call from the referee. We'll end up with Leah Marcino. And she'll nutmeg somebody to get it to Jakubowski. Jakubowski will play it through to Marcino. Marcino will be taken down, another foul, but she'll get the ball through anyways, and she'll be dispossessed. 2 fouls there, no calls, no cards handed out. This referee just probably, if I had to guess, quite irking Michael Roof. He's not known to maintain a level head on the sideline. Not that he's particularly angry at any times, but he is not one who's shy to let you know his mind. Ball long in from Leah Marcino. Under 5 now left in the game. Cougars still lead by 2. That one a high ball from Kelly. Kira Polizzi will try and get to it. It'll be with Forrester now. Forrester will stretch it around that left side. Trying to get by a man, she does. She'll get down to the corner, try and get by a second. Challenge, grab it by her arm.
What's wrong with
no call from the referee still. And that one played into the box and into the hands of Kelly. I mean, talk about the showing these teams are giving. These referees, certainly the low light of the match. Jakubowski now dispossessing the Cougars, but they'll get it back anyways. Pressured still. Forced to play back to their back line. They'll play it through the middle. Man open. That's another foul. No call. Advantage played. Really Jakubowski trying to run onto it, but trailed by 2 defenders. Now Gatsupis trying to play it.
Hey, you finally got a whistle, huh?
And finally a call from the ref. Still no card. As I've said, escalation can be quite quick. We've seen a number of fouls in the past few seconds and no calls from the referee. Luckily, it's the end of the game, so there's not much more it can escalate, but not a good look. I mean, there is a way to manage a game, and this is not how you do it, folks. Either way, it'll end up back with Don. Don will play it out to that right side to Montoya Leyva. She'll play it off. Still on the right side, trying to go down the line. It'll knock off Cranford and a whistle for a substitution, potentially. Yes. So whistle for a substitution. Emma DeFeo will make her way back on.
Let's go, Gio.
Vic Katsupis will choose to play this one back. Don will play this one high in, and that one knocked away by the Cougars. Played back and it'll go out of bounds near the Highlander bench, and then you'll see Mike Roof, who will hand the ball off to Don for the throw-in. She'll go over the top, trying to go to Forrester, I believe. She'll be dispossessed. Now, Dwyer trying to get to it. She'll watch this one out of bounds. Trying to get this one down the line.
Look at her!
Kier Forrester with the ball. Now Jakubowski, that one blocked.
Karen, just keep fighting!
Dispossessed now. LaFraya will get back and now finally put this one out of bounds and end the run of Ava Cow. Cow will hand this one off for the throw. It'll be knotted upfield by Fryer. Emma DeFeo getting to that one, and a whistle for a foul. Not the most severe one we've seen, and it gets a whistle, so referee apparently finding his voice. This one's played to Polizzi, now back to Jakubowski. Jakubowski playing this one far to the left, and he'll scoot by its intended target. In, not sure who. Under a minute left now 30 seconds. Don trying to play one in. She'll be blocked by her own teammate. Ball played out of bounds by Cranford. Lizzie trying to play that one in. It'll go to Cranford. Haley Jakubowski putting pressure on. Cranford just trying to play it down the field and out of bounds. And that one will eventually run out. Not a lot of time left, under 10 seconds. And that will be the end of the game. Cranford spoiling the Highlanders senior night with a 2-0 victory. Governor Livingston will drop to 8-4. A boo for the referee, which throwing partiality out the window. I quite agree with boo referee. Should have been a 1-0 match at the most. And if you want to argue that Kier Polizzi's goal was in fact, or carefully shot was in fact a goal, you can. But either way, Cranford Cougars will improve to 7-2-1. Highlanders will drop to 8-4. I will certainly be going back and watching some aspects of that match to critique some things, and you might as well. But either way, thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television tonight. My name is Nathan Philbrick. Thank you as always to Joe Voorhees and our TV crew for tonight. Have a good evening, everyone.